Never was popular when I was a kid. Never had a whole lot of friends. But I found out that being a kid ain't where the story ends. And some of them kids thought they knew it all. They never had a clue. I wonder if they look back at the things that they did. I bet they never do. Now when I was in school, if you could pass a ball, they might have a parade. But they never hung banners up on the wall if you got a passing grade. And some of them kids, man, they could throw a ball better than me and you. But these days I find that's something that I'm not really required to do. And when you're a kid, you're just a kid. No way you could have known some of that stuff that mattered back then won't matter after you're grown. You know, growing up can seem kind of hard. It's harder than it looks. 'Cause some of that stuff that you need to learn ain't written in your books. So if you're a kid and you're trying to find what it's all about, just be yourself. Try to be kind. I'll bet you figure it out. And when you're a kid, you're just a kid. No way you could have known that some of that stuff that mattered back then won't matter after you're grown. I don't have a lot of money, but I just paid off my double wide. Never had much time for a honey, but I always wished I had one by my side. Lately there's this girl that's caught my fancy, living in the trailer next to mine. She told me that her name is Nancy. I think she knows, I think she's really fine. And summer rain keeps coming through my window, but it's too hot to keep it closed at night. I know that someday I'll have to find a way, try to keep that window locked up tight. Well, I found out Nancy has a boyfriend. Biker type, they call him Savage Stu. He works as a bouncer at the strip club. Turns out that's where Nancy's working too. And Nancy had to get herself a stage name. And Stu, he drinks too much to ease his head. When she's on the pole, they call her Summer Rain. Then she goes home and puts drunk Stu to bed. And summer rain keeps coming through my window, but it's too hot to keep it closed at night. I know that someday I'll have to find a way to try to keep that window locked up tight. Yeah, summer rain keeps coming through my window, but it's too hot to keep it closed at night. I know that someday I'll have to find a way to try to keep that window locked up tight. I'll try to keep that window locked up tight. Hello, honey, tell me about your day. You're all that I've been thinking about since I went away. But me and Eddie got this thing we gotta do. And as soon as we take care of that, I'm headed home to you. And I'm almost home, just need to get a gun. I'm almost home, oh, I really miss you, hun. I'm almost home, I need a ski mask and gloves. And then I'm almost home, home to you, my love. Tell me about the kids, they doing well in school? Jimmy's selling weed, wow, that's pretty cool. And little Joey's taking bets on the high school football game. He's a chip off the old block, that's why he shares my name. And I'm almost home, just need to get some rope. I'm almost home, back into your loving arms, I hope. I'm almost home, first just gotta bust a couple heads. And then I'm almost home, to snuggle up with you in bed. Some couples find themselves caught up in a bind. Sometimes the middle ground can seem so hard to find. Separate your career and marriage, it's the best way by far. Your job is what you do, it isn't who you are. And I'm almost home, just need to get some duct tape. I'm almost home, I'm so glad you make me keep in shape. I'm almost home, oh, at first I gotta dig this big hole. And then I'm almost home, I love you heart and soul. We had that thing in Cleveland, and Tony had us stop. Over in Detroit, Paulie's skimming off the top. And then a quick stop at Chicago to break some loser's legs. Don't you worry, honey, I'll pick up the milk and eggs. And I'm almost home, just need to steal a car. I'm almost home, oh, our love has come so far. I'm almost home, uh-oh, the cops are on my tail. I'm almost home, can you come post my bail? Oh, come on, honey, there's some money in the sugar bowl. And that hollowed out Bible in the nightstand, it's got some cash in it. You could hit up Tony for the rest, I'm sure he'd cover it. Hello? Hello, honey? Karen? 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 Sometimes she loses track. She can't remember when she started working at Harry's Diner. Seems she's always been, and when she adds it up, that's when it all sinks in. See, she was 17, he was 23. He said, don't you worry, baby, you can count on me. I'll do the right thing. We'll be a family. But he couldn't hold down a job. He's out drinking every night. When he did come home, he'd always start a fight. So when he left for good, she thought everything would be alright. And that diner job came in handy, 'cause jobs were hard to find. And if you're a single mom, they know you're the working kind. She raised her boy in that corner booth, and Harry, he didn't mind. And sometimes life, it ain't so easy. You do the best that you can do. You might be planning for the future, but the future might have other plans for you. She's a pretty gal with a worried look, not as old as she appears. He's good kid, smart enough to know she's hiding all her fears. So he hugs her and he holds on tight, trying to keep away all her fears. And he works around the diner, trying to help his mama out. When he got old enough, he got a paper route. When he turned 17, he said, "Hey Ma, I got it all figured out." He came up with this idea after the 4th of July parade. He said, "I'ma join a service, Ma. I'll learn a trade. When I get out, I get a good job, and then we'll have it made." His squad was in that chopper, got hit by an RPG. Now his picture hangs in that corner booth for everyone to see. She clocks in for another double. She's got nowhere else to be. And sometimes life, it ain't so easy. You do the best that you can do. You might be planning for the future, but the future might have other plans for you. Sometimes she loses track. She can't remember when she started working at Harry's Diner. Seems she's always been, and when she adds it up, that's when it all sinks in.